Christmas and cowboys, wide open plains. Campfire for warmth as we stop for the night. The stars overhead on the Christmas tree lights. The wind sings a hymn as we kneel down to pray. It's Christmas in Cowboys, wide open place. Tall in the saddle, we spend Christmas Day, driving the cattle, snow-covered lanes. All of the good gifts that are open today. Ours is the sky, wide open range. It's Christmas for cowboys, wide open plains. It's Christmas for cowboys, wide open plains. See the sunlight through the pine, taste the warm of winter wine, dream of softly falling snow. Winter scold, aspen glow, as the winter days unfold. Hearts grow warmer with the cold, peace of mind is all you know. Winter scold, aspen glow, aspen is the life to live. See how much there is to give, see how strongly you believe, see how much you may receive. Smiling faces all around, laughter is the only sound, memories that can't grow old. Winter's cold, aspen glow.
John and his wife Annie first moved to Aspen at Christmas time, 1970. As John describes it, winter had settled in, there was snow on the slopes, and the whole setting went right into his soul. He knew he and Annie had finally found home.
Aspen is the life to live, see how much there is to give, see how strongly you believe, see how much you may receive. See the sunlight through the pine, taste the warmth of winter wine, dream of softly falling snow. Winter's cold, aspen glow, winter's cold, aspen glow.
There's a storm across the valley, out our rolling hill. The afternoon is heavy on your shoulders. There's a truck out on the four lane, a mile more away. Winding up his wheels just makes it older. He's an hour away from riding on your prayers up in the sky. 10 days on the road are barely gone. There's a fire softly burning, supper's on the stove. It's the light in your eyes that makes me warm. Hey, it's good to be back home again. Sometimes this old farm feels like a long lost friend. Hey, it's good to be back home again. There's all
love that nights away. The happiness that living with you brings me.
Ooh, it's the sweetest thing I know
The
of.
sweetest thing.
Spending time with you. It's the little things that make a house a home. Like a fire softly burning, suppers on the stove. It's the light in your eyes that makes me warm. Hey, it's good to be back home again.
Yes, it is.
Sometimes this old farm feels like a long lost friend. Hey, it's good to be back home again. Sing it with us now. Hey, it's good to be back home again.
Yes, it is.
Sometimes this old farm feels like a long lost friend. Oh, hey, it's good to be back home again. Hey, it's good to be back home again.
Good evening and Merry Christmas, and welcome back home again for a John Denver Christmas. Again, my name is Joe Keith, and this is the lovely Miss Stephanie Briggs.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, folks. You know, John did 4 TV specials and about 5 or 6 Christmas albums, which is where we went to get the songs you're going to hear tonight. Songs of home and family, and of course the Yuletide. And if you know anything about John, you know he loved to be home for Christmas in Aspen, Colorado.
That's right. So tonight, we thought it would be just about right to spend some time celebrating out of Hudson, Wisconsin, and in John's world. A world of clean, fresh mountain air. Something like that. Of country, home, hearth, and Rocky Mountain High.
You know, to me, Christmas means home. You know, and I know that was true for John as well. I mean, he loved to sit around a campfire or a living room, singing with friends. John said that to him, Christmas was about family and friends. A time when hearts and hands were open to everyone. So, in true Denver fashion, and as he always asked his audiences, we'd like to invite you to sit back and let the music take you where it will. And maybe sing along with this one.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Dawn we now are gay and merry, fa la 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 la. Drone the ancient Yuletide carol, fa la 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 la.
See the blazing Yule before us,
Fa la 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 la.
strike the harp and join the chorus.
Fa la 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 la. Follow me in merry measure, fa la 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 la. While I tell of Yuletide treasure, fa la 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 la. That's the way the old year passes, fa la 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 la. Hail the new year, lads and lasses, fa la 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 la.
Sing with joyous all together,
Fa la 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 la.
heedless of the wind and weather.
Fa la 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 la.
Fa la 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 la. Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and error pining, till he appeared and the soul felt its worth. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, o'er yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angel voices, oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born, oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born, oh, night divine, oh, night, oh, holy night. Long time ago in Bethlehem, so the Holy Bible say, Mary's boy child, Jesus Christ, was born on Christmas Day. The shepherds watched their flocks by night. They saw a bright new shining star, and heard a choir of angels sing. The music came from afar. Hark now, hear the angels sing, new King born today. And man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Joseph and his wife Mary came to Bethlehem that night and found no place to bear the child. Not a single room was in sight. By and by they found a boy in a stable all forlorn, and in a manger cold and dark, Mary's little baby was born. Trumpets sound and angels sing, listen to what they say, and man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Trumpets sound and angels sing, listen to what they say, and man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Stille Nacht, heilige Nacht, alle schlaft, einsam wacht, nur das Kräuterbuch heilig Schlaf im himmlischen Ruh, schlaf im himmlischen Ruh. On December 24th, 1818, a curate in a parish in Oppendorf, Austria, gave a poem he'd written to a friend of his, who was also the choir master and organist in that church. He asked his friend to write music for the poem, and that he might write it for 2 solo voices and guitar accompaniment. You see, the church organ was broken. They desperately wanted music to be part of the Christmas Eve service. Schlaf im himmlischen Ruh. Sleep in heavenly peace.
Silent, silent, holy night. All is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child. Holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Frosty Christmas Eve, when the stars were shining, I traveled for the home where westward falls the hill, and for many, many a village in the darkness of the valley, distant music reached me, peals and bells were softly ringing. It spread my thoughts to olden times, to that first of Christmases, with shepherds who were watching, heard music in the fields, and they sat there and they marveled, for they knew they could not tell whether it were angels or the bright stars are singing. But to me, heard afar, it was starry music, the singing of the angels, the comfort of our Lord, tales of old that come a-traveling by the riches of times, and I softly listened as I stood upon the hill, and I softly listened as I stood upon the hill.
You know, John wrote over 200 songs in his career about all different subjects. World hunger, peace, the farm. But perhaps some of his most interesting songs were his love songs. John wrote this next song for his first wife, Annie. It was written at a time when John and Annie had decided to get a separation, and John was on the road. He sent it in an overnight letter to Annie. And later, when he was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame, it was the very song he sang.
Perhaps
Perhaps love is like a resting place, a shelter from the storm. It exists to give you comfort, it is there to keep you warm. And in those times of trouble, when you are most alone, memories of love will bring you home. Perhaps love is like a window, perhaps an open door. It invites you to come closer, it wants to show you more. And even if you lose yourself and don't know what to do, the memories of love will see you through. Oh, love to some is like a cloud, to some it's strong as steel, for some a way of living, for some a way to feel. And some say love is holding on, and some say letting go. Some say love is everything, and some say they don't know.
John wrote, I felt so much turmoil that I started to let it come out. I started to think about all the ways I'd experienced love. Not that I was feeling very loved right then, or that I had a love of my life anymore. But it was good to remember. I tried to describe all the ways that people think of love, and these beautiful lines came pouring out of me.
Perhaps love is like the ocean, full of conflict, full of change. Like a fire when it's cold outside, a thunder when it rains. If I should live forever and all my dreams come true, my memories of love will be of you.
How's everybody doing tonight so far? All right, we'll put an end to that right now. Now, this next song was written by John and a couple of his friends ago, several years ago. These friends were a duo, actually, both on and off stage. They used to open for John as a duo named Fat City. Another little piece of Denver trivia for you. You know, but before we get to that, I just have to take a second out here and tell you how happy that we are that you've all finished everything you needed to do for the holidays, and that you could be here with us to celebrate tonight. That is just fabulous, you know? Is everybody done?
You guys better be done for me.
You know, it's a certain amount of pressure this time of year, don't you think? I mean, well, maybe it's just men. Okay, but show of hands here, be honest. How many people have ever been shopping on Christmas Eve? Oh, there's a woman, all right. A couple, okay, good. So I don't feel so bad, all right. You know, I don't know how it is in your family, but I'm the one that always gets sent out to find that perfect gift for the aunt, uncle, or cousin you only ever see 6 years or so, you know? Come on, what are you supposed to get them? I mean, how well do you even really know them, you know? Joe, yeah, you get them fruitcake. Fruitcake? Yeah. You know, so we thought we'd sing a song that everybody knows, and you know, because it's never too late to arrange a gift exchange between us here tonight if you want. We thought maybe we could get to know each other a little, you know. We can start right here. We'll, you tell us your name and where you went to camp, and we'll work our way around the room and get to know each other. What do you say? No? And maybe we'll just sing. So, sing along if you like.
Please, Daddy, don't get drunk this Christmas. I don't want to see my mama cry. Please, Daddy, don't get drunk this Christmas. I don't want to see my mama cry. Last year when I was only 7, now I'm 8, 'cause you can't plainly see. You came home at 11:15, and you fell down underneath the Christmas tree. Please, Daddy, don't get drunk this Christmas. I don't want to see my mama cry. Please, Daddy, don't get drunk this Christmas. you better go upstairs. And then you laughed and hollered, Merry Christmas. I turned around and saw my mama's tears. Sing out now, come on!
Please, Daddy, don't get drunk this Christmas. I don't want to see my mama cry. Please, Daddy, don't get drunk this Christmas. I don't want to see my mama cry.
I want to hear you now, sing it, come on!
Don't get drunk this Christmas. I don't want to see my mama cry. Please, Daddy, don't get drunk this Christmas. I don't want to see my mama cry. No, I don't want to see my mama cry.
A little timid at first, but you jumped in there, not bad. You know, as Garrison Keillor used to say, there just aren't enough opportunities for group sing-alongs. So, by now, I'm sure you figured out that what we have for you tonight is 15 minutes of dynamite entertainment! All packed into a 2-hour show. We should probably press on. These photographs you're seeing behind us were taken by a friend of John's, Jim Steinberg, out at Steamboat Springs, and by John himself. John was a great lover of photography and of Colorado and of Aspen in particular.
That's right. Well, this next song was written about John's uncle Dean. Dean was the second youngest of his dad's brothers, and there were 9 boys and 2 girls in all. Yeah. Dean and John worked a few summers on the wheat harvests together on the old Deutschendorf family farm. They became very close, and Dean was a great inspiration to John. Now, unfortunately, Dean was killed right around his 21st birthday in a car accident, but that got John thinking about all the things that Dean inspired, and including life on the old farm and what the farm meant. And out of that came my personal Denver favorite, Matthew.
Had an uncle named Matthew, was his father's only boy. Born just south of Colby, Kansas, was his mother's pride and joy. Yes, and joy was just a thing that he was raised on. Love was just a way to live and die. Gold was just a windy Kansas wheat field. Blue was just a Kansas summer sky. All the stories that he told me back when I was just a lad, all the memories that he gave me, all the good times that he had, growing up a Kansas farm boy. Life was mostly having fun, riding on his daddy's shoulders, behind the mule beneath the sun. Yes, and joy was just the thing that he was raised on. Love was just a way to live and die. Gold was just a windy Kansas wheat field. Blue was just a Kansas summer sky. I guess there were some hard times, and I'm told some years were lean. They had a storm in 47. Twister came and stripped him clean. He lost the farm, he lost his family, lost the wheat and lost his home. But he found the family Bible, faith as solid as a stone. Yes, and joy was just the thing that he was raised on. Love was just a way to live and die. Gold was just a windy Kansas wheat field. Blue was just a Kansas summer sky. So we came to live at our house, and he came to work the land. He came to ease my daddy's burdens, and he came to be my friend. younger Matthew. It's for him this song is sung, riding on his daddy's shoulders, behind that mule beneath the sun. Yes, that joy was just the thing that he was raised on. Love was just the way to live and die. Gold was just the windy Kansas wheat field. Blue was just the Kansas summer sky. Yes, that joy was just the thing that he was raised on. Love was just the way to live and die. Gold was just the windy Kansas wheat field. Blue was just the Kansas summer sky.
Childhood memories were of growing up on the family farm. You know, a room filled with laughter and a big old bed piled high with so many kids on top, you could hardly even open Christmas.
When I was just a little bitty boy, just above the floor, we used to go down to Grandma's house every month or so. We'd have chicken pie and country ham and homemade butter on the bread. But the best darn thing about Grandma's house was a great big feather bed. Cause it was 19 high, 6 feet wide, and soft as a down-in chick. It was made from the feathers of 47 pieces of a whole pot for the tick. It hold 8 kids, 4 hound dogs, and a piggy we stole from the shed. We didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed.
Sit around the fire while the old folks spit chew. All would talk about the barn in the morning, maybe think about her too. I'd sit and listen and watch the fire till cobwebs filled my head. Next thing I know, I'd wake up in the morning in the middle of the old feather bed. Cause it was 19 high, 6 feet wide, and soft as a down-in chick. It was made from the feathers of 47 geese, took a hole with a cloth with a tick. It hold 8 kids, 4 hound dogs, and a piggy we stole from the shed. We didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed.
With my uncle, I razzled with my cousin, I even kissed Andrew.
Ew.
But if I ever had to make a choice, I guess it ought to be said that I'd trade them all. Was the gal on the road from Grandma's feather bed. Come on, y'all!
It was 19 high, 6 feet wide, and soft as a down-in chick. It was made from the best of 47 geese, took a hole with a cloth for the tick. It hold 8 kids, 4 hound dogs, and a piggy we stole from the shed. We didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed. We didn't get much sleep, but we had a lot of fun on Grandma's feather bed.
Seriously. Except maybe clogging. Yes, it's like tap dancing for elephants. Alright guys, ready to do this? Alright Cam, hit me.
Well, I on the farm was kind of day back in, but you know what you're gonna be. Turning around, feeling the same. Thank God I'm a country boy. A simple kind of life never did me no harm. Raising me a family and working on the farm. My days are filled with an easy country job. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me my mama, got me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got pigs on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy. And the work's all done and the sun's setting low. Now I'm a fiddle and I'm rocking up the road. The kids are all asleep, so I really kinda low. Thank God I'm a country boy. I done things that I couldn't all day. If I could, but my Lord and my wife wouldn't take it very good. So I fiddle when I can, work when I should. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me my mama, got me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy. that country boy.
The folks we owe need it real bad. Thanks, see you in 15.
John was 12 years old and his grandmother gave him a guitar. He was fond of saying that through it all, his guitar was his closest companion. And upon his death, he was buried with his grandmother's guitar. This is a John Denver tune. This old guitar gave me my lovely lady. It opened up her eyes, years to flee. Brought us close together, and I guess it broke her heart. Opened up the space for us to be. Whoa, what a lovely place and a lovely space to be. This old guitar gave me my life, my living, and all the things you know I love to do. To serenade the stars that shine from a sunny mountain side. Most of all, to sing my songs for you. Oh, I love to sing my songs for you. Yes, I do, you know. And I love to sing my songs for you.
Christopher Stordalen, ladies and gentlemen. All right, boys, breaking up Christmas.
Although this next number isn't a Christmas one, it's appropriate to include this evening. You see, back in December of 1970, after performing a holiday season concert at the Cellar Door, which is a Washington, D.C. folk club, with Bill Danoff and Taffy DeVert.
Does anybody think they look like Mork and Mindy?
Nanu.
Just a little bit. Well, the three headed back to their place for an impromptu jam. You see, Bill and Taffy had been working on a song about a little winding road in the West Virginia countryside. And my Denver impression, I don't think it does much justice, so my friend Christopher Oakers can help me a little bit. But Bill and Taffy played the song for John, and as he recalled...
Man, I just flipped.
Far out!
Woo! Well, the three stayed up till 6 a.m., changing words, moving lines around. And the result turned out to be a Christmas gift for the folks at the Cellar Door the next night, and resulted in a 5-minute ovation.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like the breeze. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country roads, all my memories gather round her. Miner's lady, stranger to new waters, dark and dusty, painted on the sky, misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country roads, I hear her voice in the morning now. She calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. Driving down the road
a tribute to his wife Annie. Now, John wrote Annie's song while riding up a ski lift one day when suddenly he became hypersensitive to how beautiful everything was. The sky was only a blue you see from the mountaintops. And then he became aware of the people skiing and the colors of their clothes, the birds singing, the sounds the skiers made going down the mountain. All of these things filled up his senses. All the pictures merged, and then what he was left with was the image of Annie. And the song it inspired was the embodiment of the love he felt at that time.
You fill up my senses like a night in the forest, like the mountains in springtime, like a walk in the rain, like a storm in the desert, like a sleepy blue ocean. You fill up my senses, come fill me again. Come, let me love you, let me give my life to you. Let me drown in your laughter, let me die in your arms, let me lay down beside you, let me always be with you. Come, let me love you, come love me again. Come, let me love you. Let me give my life to you. You fill up my senses. Come fill me again. Have you ever heard the story of Alfie the Christmas tree, who just didn't want to change the show? He liked living in the woods and playing with the squirrels. He liked icicles and snow. He liked wolves and eagles and grizzly bears and creatures and critters that crawled. Why, bugs were some of his very best friends, and spiders and ants and all. That's not to say that Alfie looked down on the vision of twinkling lights, or mirrored bubbles, peppermint canes, or 1,000 different delights. Why, he often had dreams of tiny reindeer, and a jolly old man in a sleigh filled with presents and toys and wonderful things, and the story of Christmas. Alfie believed in Christmas all right. He was full of Christmas cheer. But each and every day, and all throughout the year, you see, to him, Christmas was more than just a special time. It was more than just a special day. It was more than a beautiful story. It was a special kind of way. You see, some folks have never heard a jingle bell ring. They've never heard of Santa Claus. They've never heard the story of the Son of God. That made Alfie pause. that mean that they would never know peace on earth? Or goodwill toward men? Or how to love? Or how to give? Because if they couldn't, then no one could. So you see, Christmas is a very special time. It's not just for a chosen few. It's for each and every living, breathing thing. Not just me and you. So, when you're at your Christmas prayers this year, Alfie asked me to ask you to say a prayer for the water and the wind and the wood, and all those that live there, too.
It's in every one of us to be wise. Find your heart, open up both your eyes. We can all know everything without ever knowing why. It's in every one of us, by and by. It's in every one of us to be wise.
Find your heart, open up both
Your eyes,
we can all know everything
without ever knowing why.
It's in every
One of us, by and What child is this who lay to rest on Mary's lap is sleeping, whom angels greet with anthems sweet, while shepherds watch are keeping? This is Christ, the King whom shepherds love and angels sing. Haste, haste to bring him all, the babe, the Son of Mary. Why lies he here in such a state, where ox and cattle are feeding? Good Christmas
This next song is a painful story of cruelty. It's ultimately about the triumph of the spirit. You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, well, it glowed. All of the other reindeer, especially Blitzen, used to laugh and call him names like Blackface. They never let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games like Tetherball. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? And how the reindeer loved him. Except Blitzen, he was still bitter. But Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. Take it, fellas. Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then how the reindeer loved him as they shouted out with glee. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. Oh, you'll go down in history. Now, come on now, it's a good song.
Why don't you take a minute and tell them about how we came up with the show?
All right. Well, much of what you're enjoying this evening, ladies and gentlemen, was originally assembled as a one-night-only performance in Aspen, Colorado, in December of 2008. It was created as a Christmas tribute to John by his family members and band members. Among them were Gail Bliss, Jim Newman, Dave Keenan, and Dan Wheatman. I'd like to thank those folks for letting us share their celebration tonight with you, and we'd like to share one of the numbers from that performance. It's a wonderful Christmas song written by Dan Wheatman, made famous sort of by John Denver. Now, Dan was a member of John's band for 8 years, and as he tells it, he'd been working with John for a couple years when he got a call to fly out to Los Angeles to record a Christmas album. It was July, and I think you'll all agree nothing says Christmas like Los Angeles in July. Anyway, Dan played his song for John, and John liked it so much that they taught it to the band on the spot, and they recorded it. And Dan thought, all right, John's going to sing one of my songs, you know. So they finished recording, and Wheatman went home, and the album was mixed and packaged, and they sent him one. So he pulled it out of the sleeve and threw it on the turntable. Anybody here? We got some youngins upstairs in the audience. You might ask Mom, Dad, Grandma what that might be. Yeah, you might not. Educated in the turntable.
What's a turntable?
I don't know. Darren, you know what it is? You can buy one on eBay nowadays. So. Anyway, he dropped the old needle on the groove, and John wasn't playing his song. But one of Wheatman's favorite singers was singing his song, Kermit the Frog.
I don't know if you believe in Christmas, or if you'll have presents underneath the Christmas tree. But if you believe in precious gift that love brings. Even though I've never seen a Christmas star, I know there is a light. I have felt it burn inside, and I can see it shining from afar. Christmas is the time to come together, a time to put all differences aside. So I reach out my hand to the family of men to share the joy I feel at Christmas time. My hand to the family of men to share the joy I feel at Christmas time. For the truth that binds us all together, I would like to say this simple prayer, that at this special time you will find true peace of mind and love to last throughout the coming year. And peace on earth will last throughout the year.
Thank you.
Cloak of soldier is withered and worn, but what child is this that was poverty born? The peace of Christmas Day. The branch that bears the bright holly, the dove that rests in yonder tree, the light that shines for all to see, the peace of Christmas Day. The hope that has slumbered for 2,000 years, the promise that silenced 1,000 fears, a faith that can hobble an ocean of tears, the peace of Christmas Day. The branch that bears the bright holly, the dove that rests in yonder
Christmas to you too, Bill. Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Kerbalay on bass. Well, with that, Bill, I suppose we should take out a minute here to meet the rest of the band. You know, John was fond of saying that bands are like nothing else in life. Where singers, songwriters, and musicians are concerned, the bonding takes the form of breathing together on stage. And they're the ones who are out on stage in front of an audience breathing with you while you're putting your life on the line like none other. So, you've already met Bill. Over here on guitar and vocals is Christopher Stordahl. And back on keyboard and vocal backup, Karen Hillman. And up front on fiddle, mandolin, and guitar, number 27, Ben Gould. And of course, you still know Stephanie Briggs.
John left us relatively early in life, in 1997 at the age of 53. And maybe it was John's faith in the hand of a divine creator or the innate oneness he felt with the universe, but he never seemed to fear his mortality. Tom Crum, a friend of John's, describes him as a man of action, a superb outdoorsman whose go-for-it attitude will occasionally put him in danger. Once, Tom was with John 100 feet below the surface of the Pacific Ocean, playing with a humpback whale, when John's oxygen tank failed. On another occasion, Tom remembers watching John swim by in an avalanche of snow in the Colorado backcountry, paddling with his head above the snowy white chaos, until the avalanche finally came to rest 100 yards from its initial fracture line. John wasn't afraid of death or life. This is a John Denver song.
I've been lately thinking about my lifetime, all the things I've done and how it's been. I can't help believing in my own mind. No, I'm gonna hate to see it end. Seen a lot of sunshine, slept out in the rain. Spent a time or two all on my own. Know my lady's pleasures and had myself some friends. Spent a time or two in my own home. If I had to say it now, it's been a good life all in all. It's really mine to have the chance to hang around. Lie there by the fire and watch the evening tide, while all my friends and my lady sitting past the pipe around. Talk of homes and prayers and promises, things that we believe in. How sweet it is to love someone, how right it is to care. How long it's been since yesterday. What about tomorrow? What about our dreams and all the memories we share? Days they pass so quickly, the nights so long. Time around me whispers when it's good. Changes somehow frighten me, still I have to smile. Turns me on to think I'm growing old. Though my life's been good to me, there's still so much to see. So many things my heart has never known. I'd like to raise my family, and I'd like to sail away. Dance across the mountains on the moon. If I had to say now, it's been a good life all in all. It's really mine to have the chance to hang around. it's been since yesterday. What about tomorrow? What about our dreams and all the memories we share? In life, and no matter what he did, he was always aware of one thing. He was constantly surrounded by blessings in every area of his life. I'm pretty fortunate that I get to stand up here before you tonight singing his songs and holding a picture of 3 of my own little blessings. You know, having done some songwriting myself over the course of my life, one of the goals I had when each of my 3 daughters was born was to write them their own lullaby. The goal being, of course, to have their own individual, unique song that I could sing to them as I rocked them to sleep each night. Well, I was semi-successful in that task, in that I was able to come up with a melody and the accompaniment for the lullaby. But when it came time to putting into words the thoughts in my heart, the thoughts in my head and the feelings in my heart, the words simply evaded me. That's one thing that you've seen Mr. Denver never had a problem with. And having been blessed with 3 blessings of his own, 2 that he adopted with his first wife, Annie, inspired by the simple thought of spending their first Christmas together, John wrote this next song for his son, Zachary. Season is upon us now, a time for gifts and giving. As the year draws to its close, I think about my living. Christmas time when I was young, the magic and wonder. Colors dull and candles dim, and dark nights and thunder. Oh, little angel shining bright, you set my soul to dreaming. You've given back new joy and life, you fill me with Savior King was born that day, a baby just like you. As the wise men came with gifts, I come with my gifts too. Peace on earth, fill up your life, and brotherhood surround you, that you may know the warmth of love and wrap it all. Just a wish, a dream I'm told, from days when I was young. Merry Christmas, little Zachary, Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas, little Zachary, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Lost and alone on some forgotten highway, traveled by many, remembered by few, looking for something that I can't believe in, looking for something that I'd like to do with my life. There's nothing behind me and nothing that ties me to something that might have been true yesterday. Tomorrow is open something that I can't believe in, looking for something that I'd like to do with my life.
There's nothing behind me and nothing that ties me to something that might have been true yesterday.
Tomorrow is open. Right now it seems to be more than enough to just be here today. And I don't know what the future is holding in store. I don't know where I'm going. I'm not sure where I've been. There's a spirit that guides me, light that shines for me. My life is worth the living. I don't need to see the end. Sweet, sweet surrender. Live, live without care, like a fish in the water, like a bird in the air. Sweet, sweet, sweet surrender. Live, live without care, like a fish in the water, like a bird in the air, like a fish in the water, like a bird in the air.
So in the end, the celebration of Christmas is ultimately the celebration of the birth of a child. John believed that no matter what your color, no matter what language you spoke, no matter the form of your politics or the expression of your faith, that the birth cry of every newborn child everywhere is the same and says, I want to live.
There are children raised in sorrow on a scorched and barren plain. There are children raised beneath the golden sun. There are children of the water and children of the sand, and they cry out to the universe, their voices raised as one. See, I want to know, I want to share what I can give, I want to be, I want to live. Have you gazed out on the ocean, seen the breaching of a whale? Have you watched the dolphins frolic in the foam? Have you heard the song the humpback hears 500 miles away, telling tales of ancient history and passages of home? I want to live, I want to grow, I want to see, I want to know, I want to share what I can give, I want to be, I want to live. And the warrior, the lover and the liar, for the native and the wanderer in kind, for the maker and the user, the mother and the son. I am looking for my family, and all of you are mine. We are standing all together, face to face and arm in arm. We are standing on the threshold of a dream. Oh, no more hunger, no more killing, no more wasting life away. It is simply an idea, but I know its time has come.
I want to live.
Oh, nobody's running for the door, so I'm guessing. Do you want to hear one more? Yeah! Oh, I'm so sorry. We don't know anything else.
Good night.
Just magic. I'll give you one more.
All right.
Once you party along to it, right?
We just want to wish you all such a happy season. However you're celebrating the return of the sun and the light into the world, we just want to say God bless you all and thank you all. And here's one more. All right, I know you know this one now, so let's sing along with our hands together. We'll send this one up to God, and to John, say thank you. He was born in the summer of his 27th year, coming home to a place he'd never been before. He left yesterday behind him. You might say he was born again. You might say he found a key for every door. When he first came to the mountains, his life was far away, on the road and hanging by a song. But the string's already broken and he doesn't really care. Keeps changing fast, but it won't last for long. But the Colorado Rocky Mountain High, I've seen it raining fire in the sky. Shadow of the starlight is something that I love about. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. When he climbed Cathedral Mountains, he saw silver clouds below. He saw everything as far as you could see. And they say that he got crazy once and he tried to touch the sun. He lost a friend, kept his memory. Now he walks in quiet solitude, the forest and the trees, seeking grace in every step he takes. Then he turned aside inside himself to try and understand the serenity of the clear blue mountain lake. But the Colorado Rocky Mountain High, I've seen it raining fire in the sky. The shadow of the starlight is something that I love about. Rocky Mountain High. It's Colorado Rocky Mountain High. I've seen it raining fire in the sky.
Christmas break will come and
I got a bit of trivia for you. One most played awesome all around the world yesterday by John Lennon. Beatles Lover. The number 2 song was by John Denver. Yeah, which one? Just on my mind. No, that was on XM Radio, Famous Radio on Willie's place the other night. Somebody might want to check that one out, but that's what they said. Gentle on My Mind. Gentle on My Mind was the second most played around the world song. The first one is Yesterday by John Lennon and the Beatles. The second one is John Denver. Amazing. No, I will take it. I didn't believe that. Gotta go to the show after Christmas. Good night. Have fun.